Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to build the Redstone Jukebox, which is the contraption we see in front of us. This will help you listen to your records and sort them as well. So you can pick out a record, put it in your jukebox, and when you're done listening to it, this thing is going to put it back into the correct chest for you to use again. So let's pick out a record and give this thing a go. I'm going to go for Far. This is one of my favourite records in the game. So we can chuck that thing into the jukebox. The lamp is going to turn off when this thing is in use, and then we can sit back, chill out and listen to our song. And then when we're done with it, all we've got to do is right click on the jukebox and then it's going to automatically put it back into the correct chest. So we'll open this one. You can see it's got 4 records again, and we've still got one in my hand, by the way, because we're in creative mode, which will duplicate it when you put it into the jukebox. So let's do it one more time. Press that again and you can see it will go into this one right here. Before we move on to the explanation and tutorial, there are 3 things that I'd like to mention. First of all, this design is flush. I absolutely love it. We've got a ring of blocks around the outside, and then behind the chests, below them, even on the sides over there, you can see we've got blocks all the way around, which means you can't see any of the redstone, and the interface to this thing looks really clean, which I very much do like. The second thing that I would like to mention is that we actually designed this concept and figured out all of the things we need to do with the redstone to make it work on a live stream, and that live stream video was uploaded to my second channel. So if you're interested in watching that, there's a link on your screen and in the description box down below as well. Now the third thing I'd like to say is a big thank you to David Puppies, who posted a solution for this to Reddit, which changed our original system to using a minecart hopper up the top here, which allowed us to drastically compact and reduce the amount of resources needed to create this contraption. So a big thank you to you, David, and now we're going to crack on with the explanation and tutorial. I'm now going to explain how this contraption works, and don't be alarmed, it's actually relatively simple, because a while ago Mojang added a feature when you have a comparator hooked up to a jukebox. It gives you a different signal strength based on what record is inside of it. So this one right here gives you a signal strength of 1, then we have a signal strength of 2, 3, 4, 5, going all the way up to 12, and because of that we can make this contraption right here work. So when we put a record into the jukebox, it's going to give us a signal strength. That signal strength is simply going to be rerouted over to the back here. So when we put in the first record, we get a signal strength of 1, which means this bit of redstone right here will be turned on, which does absolutely nothing. So when we eject the disk, the minecart hopper is going to pick it up and put it into the first hopper that we have right here. So when we put in the second record, we get a signal strength of 2, which means that this hopper is going to be locked because the redstone next to it is going to be powered. So for each record that we put in, it's basically going to power all of the ones in front of it, and then the hopper that's directly above that chest is the one that's going to be unpowered. So as well as that, we need a few other things to make this work. We have a signal strength maintainer right here. This little contraption just simply means whatever input we get from the comparator right here is going to be maintained after that comparator turns off. So when we take out our record from the jukebox, the hopper minecart's going to pick it up, and this thing is still going to be powered so it can make its way all the way over to the end. But of course then we've got to reset this thing, which is where this little bit of the contraption comes into play. So this thing gets a signal when we take the record out of the jukebox. That's going to power the minecart hopper and send it on its way. It's also going to send a signal through a delay, which makes its way down to this comparator, which is part of the signal strength maintainer, and then it's going to reset it so it turns off. So that means once the minecart hopper's made its way all the way to the end there and it's started to head back, it's going to unlock all of the hoppers, which is after this thing has correctly sorted it. So this thing is 17 blocks across, it is 4 blocks deep and 5 blocks tall. To build this you're going to need the contents of the chest. Now you can see that I've pre-built a little bit behind here, and that's all of the stuff that you see on the top row. Now the item frames are indeed optional, but you will need 6 trap chests and 6 normal chests, so you can alternate them side by side. And then this row right here is the rest of the redstone that we're going to be building, and the never start is simply an item that you need to put inside of the dropper. As well as that, we've got 67 building blocks in total. So start off with a row of blocks that goes across by 12, then above that you put your chests, alternating them like so, and then above that your hoppers, which point down into the chest below them. Then on front of that you can put in the item frames, which are optional. And another thing that I want to mention right here, you don't need every single music disc to build this thing. You can literally just start off with 1, because the contraption doesn't rely on having all of them to work. So as you collect them, you can put them into each of the chests. But anyway, on top of those hoppers, what we want to do is put powered rails going all the way across from one side to the other, with the exception of this one. So on the end here we've got our redstone lamp, our jukebox, a powered rail on top of that, regular rail on this one, block to the side, 3 blocks to the side over here, then 2 rows of 12 blocks at the back, so it's all nice and flush and hidden, and then at the top here we simply just have a floating block with a redstone torch to power the powered rails. So we're going to start off by putting a block to the side of the redstone lamp, 2 of them down here. We're going to have a comparator facing outwards from where the jukebox is, and then a redstone repeater facing into the block below it. We're going to put a block above and a torch on the side of that with a piece of redstone down below, so when a record is put into the jukebox, the lamp is going to turn off, indicating that it is in use. Then above the torch we're going to put 3 blocks like so. On top of this, a dropper facing in this direction, a hopper pointing into it. We're going to put an item inside of that dropper, and then a comparator pointing outwards into a block which is above this powered rail. So when we put a record into the jukebox, the lamp is going to turn off. When we take one out, it's going to turn on, but then it's also going to send an item into this hopper, which creates a little pulse which sends the minecart hopper on its way. So we also need to put that right there. Now we're going to put a couple of blocks here. We're going to have comparators on top of them, one facing in that direction, one facing in this direction on subtract mode, and then a block in front of that, not below it, and a block on this side, block on that side, and this is going to be our signal strength maintainer right here. And then we're going to put redstone going all the way down to the end, and you don't actually need one there, so compacted it by 1 redstone, yay! So when the jukebox is turned off, we're going to create a signal at the top here which sends the minecart hopper on its way. We also want to create a delay to turn off the signal strength maintainer, so we put 3 blocks right here, another 3 going in this direction, then 3 blocks at the bottom, and then 1 more like that, 1 over here, and then we can put down our delay. So we're going to start off with a comparator to get a signal, and then all of these are going to have 4 ticks of delay, which will give this thing enough time to get all the way to the end. That's the minecart hopper I'm talking about, and we just need a piece of redstone there, and then 2 pieces of redstone here, and that is the contraption finished. Okay then, let's give this thing a test. Let's pick this record right here, we chuck it in, we give it a little bit of a listen, we take the record out, the hopper picks it up, goes and puts it in the correct chest. Yes, that is because we have built it correctly. That is it from me of this Minecraft tutorial. If you haven't enjoyed it, please do leave a like on the video, and of course be sure to check out the Minecraft tutorials playlist and subscribe if you haven't done already, and there will be a world download available for you in the description box down below. But that's it from me, so as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.